everyone, it's Justine, and welcome to my video featuring products from Lawn Fawn. I'm going to be having a giveaway for a Lawn Fawn gift certificate, so stay tuned till the end and I'll let you know how you can win that. Starting off with a card panel, and I am masking it off using a circular shape, and I'm using Ink-a-Dink-a-Doo masking paper that I die cut with a circle die off screen. I want to keep all of my work inside this circle. Often this helps me stay in my clean and simple style, masking off a certain area that I'm going to work in. So I'm going to be using the Out of This World stamp set from Lawn Fawn as well as the Shooting Star die. I want to create a really fun galaxy background, so I'm going to be creating quite the hot mess at first. To get started with a galaxy background, I did some yellow ink and mustard seed, then I went on to some festive berries, and then I went on to some wilted violet. So you can see I'm slowly covering the white areas with the really vibrant colors. You don't have to use these exact colors, you could use whatever purple, yellow, or pink you have on hand. You could even experiment and leave one of the colors out or add another color. Once the white starts to get scarce, I'm going to fill in the rest of the white areas with a dark green, pine needles in this case, and a dark blue, chipped sapphire, until there's generally no more white ink left, or white paper left. Then all I need to do is go in with some black distress ink and then blend over top until I'm happy. Everybody's going to blend a little bit differently, and some of you are going to want a darker black than I did, and some of you might want a lighter one. So I'm going through and I'm starting off with the edges. Those are going to be the darkest areas, and I'm working my way in towards the middle. I personally found those two dot areas where I had the green pine needles a little too dark, so I just went in with some more ink to blend it out. Before I take off the mask, I wanted to add some stars. My white gel pen was not cooperating in any way, shape, or form, and I hate white gel pens for that, so I ended up grabbing some distress paint, putting some onto my paintbrush, and flicking it or splattering it onto my card by hitting the paintbrush. So I grabbed the paint onto my brush, and I'm just tapping my paintbrush, and then I'm letting it splatter all over my cardstock until I'm happy with the star look. Now I'm able to see what I created by taking off the mask, and this is always the funnest part about the masking technique. I seem to be using it a lot these days in this series, and I'm sure most of you can agree, you end up using some techniques more than others depending on the time. I'm then going to die cut the shooting star die into the card panel so that I have those stars that are going to stand out when I put it onto my card base. I then stamped a bunch of the images in Memento ink and began Copic coloring. I'm not a Copic coloring expert. My strategy is to grab the lightest color and then the medium color and the dark color and think of where the shadows are going to be. Then I go back out and blend it with the lightest color. Generally, when I'm stamping scenes, I like to stamp all of the stamps in the stamp set and then color them all and then see and rearrange the way I like. I don't necessarily end up using all of the images, but I do save them and put them off to the side for a future card. So in this case, I didn't end up using the rocket ship, but I definitely have a lot of cards that I could use it for, so I don't feel too bad. I fussy cut them all because I don't have the die set, and I added them to make a scene onto my card. Then I just needed to do a sentiment, so I grabbed some black cardstock and I stamped the It's Your Special Day in Versamark ink, and then I added some white embossing powder over top and embossed it onto my card using my heat tool. I just recently bought this heat tool, and I have to say it's a life changer. It's the Wagner one from Hero
Just
Arts.
to give it a nice
It's
dramatic
absolutely
effect.
amazing and embossed in half the time at least from my previous tool. Then I made a little dot about a half an inch in from the end of my cardstock, and I'm cutting from the corner to the dot to make a fishtail border on each side. I'm going to add some 3D foam tape to my sentiment and add it to my card. In order to make my sentiment fit where I wanted it to fit, I ended up having to move my little astronaut out of the way. I apologize for being slightly off screen here, but you can see I removed it and ripped my paper. Card makers make mistakes all the time, but generally, most things are fixable. So I ended up arranging it so that the astronaut would cover up my little mistake. Last thing I have to do is just attach it to a card base. This is going to make those stars really pop out that I die cut. I'm going to attach my panel to my card base using Tombow Mono liquid adhesive and stick that onto the front of my card. I absolutely love the way that it turned out, but I feel like it needed something in the middle. So when I stamp sentiments, generally I let it sit on my craft mat and I pick it up with my block. The reason why is they generally maintain their original shape when you're not manipulating them with your fingers. So that's why I leave them and then pick them up with my block, because I tend to get a straighter impression. I'm going to be inking these up in black ink, Memento Black, and then it's going to say, "Hope your birthday's out of this world. It's your special day." Don't forget that I am doing a giveaway for a $20 gift certificate to Lawn Fawn, so you might get a chance to actually pick up the step for yourself. I'll have all the details over on my blog, which you can access now on the screen or in the video description below. If you would like to check out my blog, you can click there, or you can click on my photo to subscribe to my channel, or you can click on 2 other videos in which I feature a similar technique. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and I will see you tomorrow for another video.